Patrick, guess what came in the mail today?
Oh, what?
This.
Stick it in!
Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome. It's Nurse Richard, the Wax Wizard. Thanks for joining me. There's two incredibly tough ears in this video today, and I've got a lot to tell you, including an amusing story. It wasn't funny at the time, but I will tell you about that in a bit, something that happened to me this week at work. Anyway, I can't remember a huge amount about this patient, because this was a while ago, and there's a reason why I don't remember much about the videos that I'm putting up recently, and that's part of the story that I'll tell you in a sec. Before I do go any further though, today's subscriber of the day is Michaela Jean. Congratulations, Michaela. You are today's subscriber of the day, who's also a valued member. And so thank you very much for becoming a member. And I chose your comment because you said I'm extremely handsome. So I think, yeah, I don't think you need to get your ears checked. Maybe go and get your eyes checked, Michaela. But thank you. That was very kind of you. Anyway, I thought it was just my wife who thought that, but hey ho. So I think these ears, they used an array. I had to use an array of tools to get these things out because it was extremely full. Very dry at the entrance, and it was a bit of everything needed to get this out. I don't think I'd seen them before, and so the reason why because as I said before, I store all these videos and give them a quick title, and then make a video about them. But when I get time, and I haven't had a lot of time recently, and I'm using a lot of ones that I've saved from a while ago. Which is why I can't remember much about them. So it's like I'm watching it for the first time, just like you guys are. Excuse me. The reason for that is I've been, it spent me a long time to get episode 500 together. That's one thing. If you haven't watched that, go and check it out, along with the song that we did with it. Should be a link to it at the end of the video, if you watch on YouTube, that is. Where was I? Yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's been hard to find. I've still managed to get one out every 2 days, as always, but I'm not ahead of schedule like I normally am. I'm doing them like either the day that they're due to be released or the day before. Anyway, so I haven't had a lot of time recently because, firstly, the clinic's been extremely full, which is good, and secondly, I have been preparing for, and I've already had an inspection. Now, anybody who works in healthcare or any field of public service, be it, say, in education, you get inspectors coming around, checking that you're doing things properly. And that involves a lot of preparation, a fair amount of stress. I don't normally do stress, but this is one of the things that I will admit to getting a little bit stressed about because often the future of the business depends upon it, so it's important that we pass. Nice to get a good rating, but that's another thing. So I had a call the other week saying, hello, Mr. Ishwood, you're due for an inspection. And this is with a body, and you're probably thinking, I thought earwax was unregulated. Yes, it is, and no, it isn't. And I have explained this before in a couple of videos, but I'll briefly explain to you how it works here in the UK. So if you're Billy the Builder or John the Tattoo Artist or Brenda the Beautician, there's nothing they can do about you. Absolutely nothing. So that it's completely unregulated in the fact that legally anybody can do it, and there's no recourse for that. Yeah, we're hoping it'll change, so there are steps in process to hopefully get that change. However, because I'm a registered nurse, I do have to be regulated by a governing body called the Care Quality Commission, or CQC. The Care Quality Commission, I'm not going to tell you much about this here because I've got other stuff to tell you about. But you can see what I'm doing. Anyway, so the CQC, Care Quality Commission, is like the health governing body / watchdog of all agencies in the UK who provide, England, who provide healthcare or social care. So it could be, you know, a care home, an entire hospital, you know, a mental health service, whatever it might be. They are in charge of regulating them, and along with that regulation comes inspections, where they come along and check you're doing everything that you should be doing properly, and they give you a rating as well. And so, because I'm a registered nurse, it is the law that I have to be regulated by them and inspected by them. Ironically, here's the weird caveat here: if I decided to deregister myself from being a nurse, you're still a qualified nurse, but if you come off the nursing register, you ironically don't have to be regulated by the Care Quality Commission, which again is bonkers. So I do know a lot of businesses who've done that. The they'll be nurse led, and they've just decided to remove themselves from the register just so they don't have to be regulated. Because with that comes, look at these peel in here. Sorry, get distracted. It's really nice that. And with that comes obviously some fees. But I've always chosen to be regulated and to stay registered. I like doing things properly. Anyway, so I got a call last week saying you're due for an inspection, and it's been a while since I've had one. And I'm pretty organised with my paperwork and stuff like that, because you have to have policies, make sure all your equipment's tested, you've done the right training courses. There's so much compliance that goes with it. Anyone who's in healthcare will know this. And yeah, it is stressful. And I got about 5-6 days notice, and I'd have been prepared if they'd turned up the day after, so it'd been fine. There's a few little bits and bats that I had to do, but yeah, it's just the stress of it is a bit, oh my god, I can't believe it. Anyway, they're always lovely when you get inspected. They're just professionals like us who just want to make sure that you're doing things properly. And so it all went well. However, on the day of inspection, before it, yeah, I didn't sleep well. I think that was understandable, and it was going to be an early morning. And so I was driving on my way to work, to open up early, give everything a good clean. Even though it was already spotless, you can never be too clean when you get inspections. And on the way, the car, which was my wife's old car, I did buy a new one recently, and I gave that to my wife, and I used her old car, and we said we'll just use that till it falls to bits. Anyway, it decided to fall to bits on the day that I was on my work to meet the inspector. So it's only about about a mile and a half away, my office from where I live. I should walk really. Anyway, so I was in the car, and it just started juddering a bit. And it is a fairly older car, and it's a diesel car, so it kind of does do that from time to time. But this time it juddered, and then I heard a massive bang, and then a load of, I don't know why I'm pointing behind me, then a massive plume of smoke came out the back, and it just packed up and stopped dead in the middle of the road at rush hour on a main road, and loads of people beeping behind me, get out of the way, get out of the way. I'm like, oh no, of all the days for this to happen, it happened then. And so I was just like, nobody winds the window down like that anymore. I've not had a car like that for ages. So I put the window down and said, come on, come past me. And then I spotted two very burly gentlemen at the side of me. I said, lads, you're going to need to help me out here. Just push it to the side of the road so I can just get it off the road and leave it there, and I'll sort it out later. So they very kindly, these gentlemen just pushed it up the curb and left it on the side of the road, so it wasn't blocking the road. Anyway, so at this point, I'm already thinking, oh my word, my inspector's going to be there any minute now. I don't want it. It doesn't look good if they're there before me. And so I absolutely legged it. By that's a local phrase for running. So I ran all the way here, which was about another half a mile left. It wasn't miles away. And obviously not stressing already. And then I get in, and then I'm looking at the place, and it was all right. It needed a bit of a tidy up. And I was doing that, and all of a sudden I had this wave of, oh my God, I don't feel very well, coming over me. and I don't know, still don't know what it was. I thought, I feel really nauseous. Now, I don't really get stressed out, as you've probably gathered, about much or anything at all. Now, whether this got to me or not, I don't know, possibly. Because I've been through loads of inspections before, mostly in my public health job, which was stressful enough. And yeah, I felt not too great, and I thought, my stomach started getting a burning in my chest here, and I thought, oh no. And I thought, I feel like I'm going to be sick. And I thought, no, you can't be. So anyway, it passed, and then it came back quickly, another couple of minutes later. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to run to the toilet. So I ran to the toilet, unloaded all my Yorkshire tea into the loo. I threw my guts out. That was the only thing that was in there was my Yorkshire tea. I'm still waiting for your phone call. And I thought, I felt a lot better afterwards, like you do. I've never done this before. It's really weird. And as I'm literally just filled it and flushed it, I could hear a car pulling up in the car park. I thought, oh my God, that's the inspector. And I'm here, crouched over the toilet bowl, having just thrown up in it. So I quickly tidied myself up, mouth of rinse, spray with some, I don't even know what it was. I think it was room spray. I'm thinking, I'm hoping I don't want to open the door and introduce myself and be stinking of vomit. I thought that's not what I need. So quickly managed to tidy myself up, and in she came. And as if nothing had ever happened, I just wiped the sweat off my brow because I was sweating buckets as well at this time. Now, if that's you, the inspector, maybe you're watching, you wouldn't have known any of that. Hopefully, I came off as the consummate professional that I am. But sometimes these things happen. But for the car to blow up, and then to me come over all unwell and vomit just before the inspector gets here, that's something that can only happen to me, I feel. I don't know if you know people like this, who things just seem to happen to. I can't believe that happened to you. I think maybe I'm just one of them people who just can't avoid strange, weird, amusing, embarrassing stuff happening to. Maybe it's just me, but it gives me things to tell you about anyway. So anyway, the inspection went well. I was here a good few hours, lots of questions, showed her what I do, etc. And I won't get to find out for a good while yet what the results of it are. I'm pretty sure that we'll be fine, we'll pass. But you do get like a rating. It is really hard to get the top rating, which is outstanding. It's like outstanding, good. Is it below? No. Inadequate's the bottom one, requires improvement, then good, then outstanding. But it's really difficult to get an outstanding if you're just a one-person business, because you have to be like, it's like you can't get you might be the best hotel in the world, but because you've not got a swimming pool in it, you can't get a 5-star or something like that. It's kind of a similar thing, I can't offer like a health and well-being service to all my staff because, well, it's just me, I can't offer an occupational health service to all my staff because it's just me. So it's nigh on impossible to get these outstanding ones, but you never know what. It's highly unlikely. But just to pass, and good is good. Good is good enough, So I will keep you posted on that, on the outcome of that. But I'm sure everything will be fine. But yeah, stressful times, to say the least. And ironically, I did only get a call from them saying I was due for inspection when I was actually asking them about some other stuff. Because I think, as I've said to you before, I have been considering, because it's so busy in the clinic, bringing some more people in. It's just deciding who and when. So I'm a bit undecided on that yet. I have had some meetings with lots of people. If that's you and you're watching, from the ENT departments, hello to you. Hello to you all. I'm still waiting to find out what's going on. Yeah, maybe we can bring you some exciting news about some other people maybe helping me out in the near future. But these things take time to look into and get all the dotting the I's and crossing the T's. But I think I'm going to have to do it at some point, because lots of people keep asking me, "Oh, you're full every day when I try and get in. Can you see me at an evening or a weekend?" And the answer is, well, no, because I don't work then, and I don't want to work then. But there are plenty of people who would, so I am looking into that. Whether it's somebody who's going to appear in these videos next to me, I don't know. We'll see on that one. Anyway, I know I told you there was a lot to tell you, didn't I? And I've not told you much about this ear. It was a really tough one, as you can probably see, and I've had to have a lot of different methods of removing wax to get it out. We've had a bit of suction, fair amount of tools, bit of oil. Basically had to throw the kitchen sink at this one. And it was this one was a square peg through a round hole type scenario. And what I mean by that is the thing that's in there is bigger than the gap you're trying to get it out of. And that's why it was particularly difficult. When I'm moving really slowly with the curette, it means because you're really having to pull it with some force. And very often, and I think it was in this case, the tools were like a bit bending. They were giving way because this thing was that lodged inside this gap. But spoiler alert, it did work in the end. And from what I remember, this patient was over the moon. Why wouldn't you be when you've got something like this in your ear? And as tough as it was, finally managed to get it all out. And I think it just got stuck on the outer part of the ear. It's outside of the ear now, we're just picking it up from inside there. And it's just still some in there. It's like a TARDIS, isn't it? Bigger on the outside than it appears from the inside. And there it is, a few little smatterings here and there, but nothing significant, Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that and found my tale slightly amusing and interesting. But yeah, it's been a heck of a week. But I'm glad it's all done now. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Leave us a comment down below if you did. But for now, take care of yourself, and I'll see you later. Ta-da.